Hello, welcome. Today we're going to do a Connect to Mother Earth Bowspring Flow class, and thank you for joining. So I've really been getting in touch with nature this week. I went to a festival over the weekend and did some camping, and I've also been looking into places where I can feel safe in my life and connected to the nurturing aspect of Mother Earth. Is a way that I could help feel safety and comfort. This practice today is inspired by the Mula Kata series from the Bowspring Roots practice, and I hope you all enjoy it and join in and let me know what you think afterwards. I'll wait. Oh, it's 6:30 now, so I'll go ahead and get started, and I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. All right. Come to a standing position if you're not there already, and find your feet about hips width apart, and knees are bent. Knees are bent so much that behind the knees, the space actually caves in and carves in. We call that a hollow. So you might have to get a little lower than you think. Knees energetically resist each other as if you're pushing out towards space, but not really moving anywhere. Fronts of the ankles soft and toes fall down heavy. Close your eyes here and feel this space of rooting into Mother Earth. Whether you are on the first floor, you're on grass or dirt, or you are on the 36th floor of a building, see if you can feel the connection, the grounding, the rooting element to Mother Earth, and feel like vibrational elements come up your body and nourish you. Toes fall heavy and curl down. Knees bent, resisting each other, glutes mounting, and the belly long as the pelvis sits back. Drop your chin into your chest, and then reach your arms straight forward. Micro bends in the elbows. Hands come to seed. Take an inhale in and fill your rib cage from between your shoulder blades. Feel this lightness filling you up and lifting the rib cage further away from the floor. At the same time, the hips draw back in an exhale. Inhale, fill in more between the shoulder blades. Lift that area towards the ceiling. Start to feeling a pulse here. Maintaining this fullness of the back heart. That area between the shoulder blades, get big there, get broad. Lift the ears back, the crown of the head lifts, and find your ultimate tallness here. At the same time, the hips still draw back. The backs of the knees cave out. And the belly grows so long you can't help but extend your spine to the maximum ability. Take a moment here to think about your intention when you place your feet on the earth. What exchange is going on that may be subtle? And what can you feel here that is nurturing and supportive? Notice any areas of tightening or holding on, perhaps in your legs or your ankles. And then see if you can redistribute that force somewhere else. Notice the buoyancy of the rib cage with this rooting to the earth. It's almost as if it floats you up taller. The waist narrows. You might feel an urge here for more movement, and I encourage you to honor this urge. Feel the tips of the toes fall down like they're heavy and full of lead. Even the last joint of the big toe drops down so heavy that it lifts the space behind the toe. The tips of the toes fall down. With this rooted connection to the earth, imagine roots growing in deep. And you feel even more supported and even more floaty in the top half of the body. Can you feel the support that Mother Earth provides for you? Can you feel the nurturing that is there when you are receptive to it? Open your eyes and find fullness in the broadness of the shoulder cage. The rib cage float. The shoulders get broader. Bring two seed hands together and then push out the broadness of the shoulders. Pulse. Step wide, step wide. So your stance is about 3 feet wide, and bend the knees a lot. Toes fall down, ankles soften. And bring the hands to the knees. Liquid hand or horseshoe hand to the knee. Internally rotate the thighs. Heels drag back. Belly can do nothing but get so long. Connect to the earth, find your focus. Carve in the backs of the knees. Notice what happens when you do this. Horseshoe hands down. Rotate right shoulder in. Pulse. Stay big in the back part. Head stays back. Eyes stay up. Yes. And left side. Heels draw back. Knees cave in from behind. Find a pulse that serves you. Find the center. Reach two seed hands out forward. Hips and seeds moving opposite directions. Toes down. Bend the arms. Soften your elbows, the eyes of the elbows. And then touch your fingertips on the sides of the head, ecstasy, elbows narrow. Bring your chin to your chest, fill in the back heart. Keep this fullness in the back ribs. And then lift the ears back, crown of the head floats. Open the belly, pulse. Hips glide back. Lift the elbows. Sit back, stretch forward. Pulse. One more. Find stillness. Seats forward. Step together. Step together. Find a bounciness here. We're going to lean into the left foot and then dig the right paw into the earth. Energetically drag the heel back and then lift up. Reach over, touch down, toes first, then the ball of the foot, dig it in. Drift the weight to the right. Now dig the left paw into the earth, energetically drag the heel back, lift up off the earth. And then find Mother Earth again, touch down, tips of toes first. Remember those heavy tips of the toes. Touch it down, then the ball, then it digs, and then it drags back. Feel the connection. Dig, drag, sway. Dig, drag, sway. Reach the seeds forward. Seaweed sway comes from my rib cage, so I'm not just flailing my arms about. The arms keep a connection here. Beautiful, beautiful way to reset. So step wide, step wide. Step narrow, step narrow. Step wide, step wide. Step narrow, step narrow. Step right, step right, step right. Toes touch, all the way. Touch first, slide it left. Toes down. And step wide. Off together. And let's take it for a little walk. You dig the paw in, you drag it back. You propel yourself forward. Walking kata. Walk forward. Toes down. Drag it back. Walk it back. Toes first. Walk it forward, toe, toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel, toe ball, heel. Activate, back side of the leg. Add your hips now. Walk around. Give it some pizzazz. Some jazz. All right, let's find center again. Feet about hips width apart, find those heavy toes, tips of toes. Point down, curling space behind the backs of the toe and the floor. Draw heels back, bend knees low. At the same time, soften your groin crease. Soften behind your knees. Soften the fronts of the ankles. Reach hands forward, point the fingers. Sit back low. And stretch hands forward. Sway. Head back. Find stillness. Back to earth pose. Toes down. Groins back. 2 seats forward. Press up to V-vector arms. Reach up, stretch up, open front belly. Soften your central channel, soften your anus, soften your throat. Absorb. Sit back low again. Interlace fingers opposite way this time. Release pointer finger. Soften backs of knees, soften fronts of ankles. Rotate thighs in. Pulse. Find stillness in the center. 2 seat hands forward, V-vector. Reach up. Lift up, heels hover. Just hover. Stretch belly long. Soften your pelvic floor. And release. Assimilate, domes come to the thighs. Soften your toes, let them drop. Feel any twitching? Step wide, step wide. Hips back. Belly reaches so forward. Back heart stays full. And do a little bounce pulse here. So this back is keeping you lifted. It's doing the lifting, not the low back. Sway. Gorilla sway. Do it this way. Gorilla sway. Getting a little warm in here. Find stillness in the center. Reach 2 dome hands wide on the floor. And then slide your dome to spring hands, which is palms. Take some hops here. Belly long. Eyes forward, press strongly away from the floor. And slide the legs in, the hips in. Reach 2 seats forward. Knees resist. Come to stand. Seaweed sway. Find some stillness. Toes down, heels back, sit back. Dig drag the right, cross right ankle over left knee. Put your calf here. Squeeze it, massage it a little bit. Pretend like you were softening and massaging the standing calf at the same time. So it's doing a lot of work right now. See if you can soften it a little. Point the left toe down, point the right toe down, the right knee comes up. Sit back, grab opposite elbows. Resist into your elbows, into your hands to broaden the shoulders. Bring your hands to the crown of your head. Lift the crown up. Seats forward. Touch down toes first. Other side. Sit back. Cross ankle squat left side. Left ankle crosses over. Grab the calf. Soften, massage. Soften the other one while you're at it. Root down. Hamstring engaged. That helps. Arms forward. Bring the elbows. Press the palms together. Bring it to the top of the head. Prayer hands. Top of the head. Hook the thumbs. Lift your head into and back against. Sit back. Now the toes go down. Groin's back. Groin soft. Left knee lifts. And then release the arms. Touch down. Ziwi sway. Hips back, knees forward, eyes up, belly long. Step back, right foot, and lower down, belly long. Reach the right arm forward, and swivel, come to the hip. Take the right ear to the right shoulder, and lift your left ribs high. This lifting will allow you to slide down to the side. So right ear to right bicep. Bring your knees forward and scoot your booty back. Your butt is behind your rib cage and you've got that nice curvy spinal alignment here, an inward curve with the lumbar spine, the low back curves in. Bring your left hand forward of you on the floor and bring it to a dome hand, a true dome. Each joint, even the last tip of the thumb joint, is bent. Now breathe into that space. Inhale into your back heart, the place between the shoulder blades. Get nice and full. And let that inhale lead your breath into your low back ribs. Lift too. They lift and float. The bigger they get, the longer your waist gets, and you'll notice there's a space between your waist and the floor here. Side bow, get full, get big in the ribs, and then bring your head back, open the neck. And then lift the left leg up, just so. And you can bring the left hand to the knee to provide a little resistance here. And do some little awareness exercise movements. Keeping the ribs so big. And then releasing. Reach the left arm forward, stretch the legs long, and then roll over onto your belly. You can bring your right hand to a fist and cover that with your left hand, rosebud hands. And then bend your knees here, energetically pull the heels into the thighs and lift the glutes. Stretch the belly. Back ribs get full. Tail lifts. And then windshield wiper the feet side to side. Find stillness in the center. Stretch the left arm long. Stretch the legs long. Bring your left ear to left shoulder. Roll onto the left side. Scoot your knees forward to a 90-degree. Push your booty back. Bring the right hand to a dome in front of you and lift that dome in your palm and let that lift the hollow in your armpit. See how big the back part can get? Breathe into the fullness of your full rib cage, that radiant part all the way around, big barrel-shaped ribs, expands circumferentially. The waist gets longer, lifts up off the floor, groins fall back. Let your head pull back too, neck gets long. Lift the top leg up and do some bicycle movements here. Exploring the leg. You can bring the right hand to the right leg, add some resistance. See what kind of information comes from that. And then placing the right foot on the floor, rolling the head to the floor, rolling the back to the floor, reaching the seed hands towards the ceiling. We'll move back onto our mat, one body part at a time. Lift up the buttocks and then draw it back an inch or two. Supine bow. Belly is so long. Groin soften and drop down. With the seeds reaching towards the ceiling, you could feel the contact between your back part and the floor. Lift the chin out of the chest. And then take the feet off the floor. Knees at 90 degrees and open up seed hands. Take the knees to the left slightly, the arms to the right. Keeping the distance between them uniform. And then take it up center again. And then we'll take the knees to the right, seed hands to the left. It's just a little movement. We're not collapsing into this twist. It's very controlled. But it's opening in the belly. We're working the core, but also maintaining openness in our pelvic floor at the same time. Working deep core muscles surrounding the spine. Feeling comfortable. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want to feel comfortable. I want to feel nurtured. I want to feel home. And then reach the heels to the floor, energetically drag them back. Touch your toes down on the floor close to your buttocks. And bring your hands to chin-up bar position. Domes form on the floor over your shoulders. Lift the belly button up so much that it takes the hips off of the floor. Bridge pose, bowspring bridge. And then we can drop the hips side to side. And then lower it back down, hips come down. Belly still long, still a bow in the front of the belly, a hollow in the low back. Reach and grab the buttocks flesh, mold it upwards, and then stretch the legs long on the floor. Reach the hands towards the ceiling, make a great contact between your back part and the earth, and then float your dome hands to the floor by your side. Dome hands fall to spring hands. Notice all of your contact points with the earth. Your heels, the backs of your calves. How much pressure is there? Is there any part of your thigh that's touching the earth? How much pressure is on your tail? What's available there? Can you feel your fingerprints touch down on whatever surface they're touching and enjoy the sensitivity there? Even your thumbprint could feel something, and the medial joints on their way up may start to move and soften. Maybe a little twitch or final softening or opening that wasn't available before is now. All the way up to your central channel, your torso, your trunk, your root, your hips, your pelvis. Your head. Bring awareness to the head, the rib cage, and the hip. The whole hip girdle, the whole seat of your existence. Consider its heaviness in relation to the rib cage, in relation to the head. Allow it to be heavy. Allow it to be heavier than the ribs and the head. Appreciate its heaviness and its purpose. It needs to be that way. Let it anchor you. Feel the anchoring of the rib cage and the head, maybe so a lesser degree, but indeed anchoring to the connection of Mother Earth. And release any holdings along the way. The neck or the waist. The internal aspects of the rib and the head that fall along the central channel. Your habitual holdings in your sinuses, in your throat, in your deep core. You can let that go and surrender to the anchoring of your rib cage and your head on the earth. And feel the nourishment. Start to bring your attention to your third eye, or a focus point between your two eyes and a little bit above, about an inch above. Relax the roof of your mouth, relax your teeth and jaw. Eyes closed, focus on this point, and soften your face. Wiggle around a little bit, staying in the focus, third eye. Stretch right arm overhead. Keep the head contacted to the earth as you roll over onto the right side. Allow your rib cage, the gaseous part of the three portions of your body, head, rib cage, and hips. This part is the part full of air, your lungs. The gas exchange happens there. Imagine that it lifts and floats so lightly, it lifts you off the floor first. The head stays heavy, still wants to connect, so keeping a connection with the hips. Head still wants to connect. And finally, head lifts and floats itself. Thank you for sharing this beautiful practice with me, for becoming vulnerable and open to your own root center, to your connection to nurturing Mother Earth. I bow in gratitude. And I bow in openness. Namaste.
Thank you. Let me know what you think. Love you all.